You do it for fun or it's part of your job, reading is such a huge part of your everyday life.
Yeah, and unfortunately, just under 40% of third graders in Arizona are reading at their grade level right now. The good news is there is a plan in the works to change that through the Arizona Literacy Plan 2030. So Whitney is joining us this morning to say what this means for you and your family. When you hear numbers like that, you know something has to change.
Yeah, certainly so. And the thing is that education leaders know what works. It's just a matter of actually putting it into place widespread across Arizona. So we want to talk to you a little bit about the Arizona Literacy Plan 2030, spearheaded by Read On Arizona. It took about 18 months to put this together. Hundreds of organizations took part. I want to give you a look at one of the slides that they say is a huge issue when it comes to reading, and that is the chronic absentee rate across Arizona. It hit a peak of about 39% for economically disadvantaged students back in 2022. Right now, it's about 24% for students across the state. If you miss school, you miss those reading lessons, and that can impact how good of a reader you are. So improving these chronic absentee rates and making sure families have the resources they need to get to school is really important. There are also a couple other key parts to this plan. That includes making sure teachers are trained in the science of reading, getting high quality instructional materials to school. Also putting more literacy coaches in schools where they are needed most, so teachers and kids have additional hands-on support. Right now there are only 34, and the hope is to have 135 spread out across the state by the year 2028. I spoke to the Arizona Literacy Director of Read On Arizona about the role you, the parents, play in all of this.
And the easiest one is to just read with your child at an early year and keep it up, because reading and the vocabulary and exposure to vocabulary, which is what read alouds and reading does, is really builds the child's vocabulary. I mean, the child's vocabulary at age 4 is the best predictor of reading at 3rd grade.
She says they're not asking for parents to become reading specialists, but just make sure you're having conversations with your child's teacher about where they may be struggling, whether it's phonics or overall reading comprehension. So on my podcast, Beyond the Next Chapter, I have an episode specifically focused on how to improve literacy rates across the state. You can find it everywhere you get your podcasts or go on YouTube. Just look for Beyond the Next Chapter.